Welcome to today's tip in the Tips and Tricks Christmas edition. Today is December 23rd, and today we're going to look at how you can set up a trigger to access a folder. So let's go into Target and have a look. So what we're looking at here is your typical Target portal. Maybe yours is designed completely different, but the principle is probably the same. That the users who are using this portal, they depend on what you've allowed them to access in the menus, as you see in the top here. They have a number of buttons, and they actually have a few in the bottom as well here. But apart from that, they're not able to navigate to any analysis. We preferred that instead of giving them access to folders. This is a lot better. But what if we were to combine those two things? Can that actually be done? Let's have a look in the Target client. So here we are in the Target client looking at the same analysis. And now we're going to add an extra option in this menu here. So we're going to properties of this menu, maybe do a duplicate of the last button here, change the name into folder or whatever you'd like to call it, and change the trigger. So I'm going to use the URL type of trigger here, and I have a URL right here. And what's special about this URL is that it ends on a folder name. So normally if you were to use a URL trigger to a target analysis, it would end up with a file name .xview. But this one is just snapped off, you could say, where the folder, the sales folder begins. So I'll just click OK to this and save my analysis here in the shared folder, maybe in the tips and tricks section of the folder. And we'll call it folder sample, like that. Okay, let's try and look at it from the end user's perspective. So now we've opened up the same analysis again in a browser. And notice the button that we have now is called folder. So if I click my folder button, let's try and see what happens. It actually opens up a new tab where I have a folder access to these different analyses here. So a new way of actually in your portal also allowing folder access. And please remember, even if your users were to navigate the folders or through these controls in the top, they are still subject to your folder security. So they won't be able to see any of the folders they're not allowed to. Tomorrow will be December 24th, and we're going to take this trick a little further. We're going to make sure that they can't navigate any folders at all. And we're going to bring in some external content into your portal. So see you tomorrow for another tip of the day for our Christmas edition of Tips and Tricks.